hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on? Entertainment for Time, come to y'all with another video, and we talking Dollhouse, the reunion part 2. Was I the only one irritated with this part? Like, the first part was so good, but this second part was annoying to me. Like, I felt like the reason why I was irritated, it was so many unnecessary conversations, like being had, like on the sidelines, being asked on the stage. I'm like, some of this stuff is so unnecessary, it's not even funny. Before we get to the actual reunion, they do like these intros, right? Which, by the way, Rick Rosa, who the hell did you piss off at Now That's TV? Because this is diabolical. Like, who decided, like, to put this screen grab next to his intro? I just want to know. Out of all of the things that y'all could have went, y'all could have found an image of him online. Y'all could have found a clip in from his YouTube. Y'all went and found that thing was funny. I'm sorry. That Rick Rosa, if you see this, ain't even no shade. It was funny, okay? It was funny. But somebody over there don't like you because they know where they're doing this. So we pick up where we left off, where Kenzie did the Superwoman slap, and she bowed, and then she stood there like she was a grandmother. Then we see the reaction of the cast. The girls all start to go crazy. At one point, Jay-Z tries to like run through the room. That's what all the girls start piling in the room. This is what irritated me. Not all of y'all wanted to even get Kenzie's London's lick back for her. Some of the girls just really got up and went in that room just to cause havoc and just to look like they was down with the posse. Was I the only one that peeped that? Like, some of y'all just ran in there and just started screaming and hollering for nothing. So I'm like, trying to get in there. No, damn well security not gonna let y'all through. So that's one thing that kind of irritated me, because it's like, not all of y'all hate Kenzie like that, and not all of y'all like London like that to try to get her lick back for her. Did London deserve it? If she was talking about Kenzie's kids and talking crap, yes, because when it comes to these networks, you kind of do have to keep your head on a swivel. I feel like London kind of got a little bit too comfortable. Although she was on the floor, you still should have been looking left, right, and center, to be honest. And a lot of you guys act like Kenzie like stomped on her head. Kenzie really could have did worse. She just slapped her. You know what I'm saying? She gave her a 5-figure discount. Like, Kenzie really could have stomped her out something nasty, like, really quickly, because security was not on alert. Like, security should have been behind London to make sure she didn't get stuck, but that did not happen. So I feel like the girls were kind of doing the most. I just feel as if it was just the motion that Kenzie did it was such in a badass way, because she stood there and put her hand on her hip like London owed her money for the slap. I think that's why they were reacting that way, to be honest. So then we end up seeing all of the girls start piling in the room. Security, some of the girls went the other way. Security running. You know who, buddy, y'all? Akasha. Akasha started running with the big ass boots. Where you think you was going with the boots, girl? You see Akasha, all of them just running the other way. All the cast is just going crazy because they're trying to get on stage to get Kenzie for what she did. My problem is with Kenzie, though, she does too much even when she gets her way. You pop the heck out of London. Why are you so mad? I get it's the adrenaline and all that, but it's like the way that she was talking to security and yelling at security and stuff like that, that was getting on my nerves, because it's like that man wasn't even looking like he was manhandling her. Like, he was just like, okay, go, let's go. It wasn't like she was like, you feel me? Like, the security guard wasn't like grabbed her up or something like that. It didn't look like that. And I rerunning it back. So I'm like, why are you yelling at security like that? Talking about, don't hand me like that. Don't hand me like that. Don't hand me like that. So they let her cool down. They put her outside. She's spitting everywhere, something nasty. Damn, Kenzie. I'm like, okay, girl, you thought she is sunflower seeds the way she was there spitting all over the damn reunion stage. That's why it was slippery. That damn, what's her name? What's her damn name? The tall one. I be forgetting that Swayana. When Swayana was saying that the stage was slippery, it was because of Kenzie spitting. It wasn't water. So here come Bria. Bria's off stage and Swayana is arguing with her. Let me tell y'all something. I find Bria so funny because Bria to me is like the ultimate key. Like when she be arguing with somebody, I can't even take her serious because the way that she says it, it's as if she's telling when somebody reading a children's book, they be like, such and such went up the road, right? So she be like, what are you doing, Slayana? Yeah, huh? Look at you. You want to find Kenzie? Just do it. Do what you gotta do. What are you doing? Like that should be cracking me up every single time. So she going back for a Slayana. Slayana's like, girl, you don't even moan. You just start moaning. I kind of hate how the girls begin on Bria about that, as if y'all did not all just start from somewhere. Like, that's so hypocritical to me. Like, I don't like that. Like, y'all just came out the womb moaning. Mind you, Bria's face is actually pretty cunt for somebody who just started moaning. So it's like, when she really does get all of her work done and really does fully transition and get into really moaning on a long-term type ish, the girl's really gonna be mad, if we're gonna be honest. I'm just saying. So then they bring out Akasha and Jalami. 813, them bitches know about me. All right, so they bring them out, and Jalami and Akasha are on 10. Okay, Akasha is just like, who talking about me? I hate them bitches talking about me. Joyce is jealous of me. Y'all know how Akasha gets. She's like, Joyce is jealous of me. I do think she is jealous of her. And it's not because she's from Florida, you guys. The reason why is because y'all saw how Akasha just came on this network and everybody's talking about her. Joyce does not like that. Because she was once upon a time the only T-girl talked about. Like, no shade. Sky was barely talked about. Kenzie, a lot of the fans don't like her. Barbie, they take her as a joke sometimes, no shade. I like Barbie, though. Barbie is one of my favorites because I think she's funny. And then it was Joyce. So it's like she was like the supreme. So now that she's, I feel like other T-girls going to come on the network, she knew that some of them had star quality, and I think Akasha was one of them that she knew had star quality. She does. Like her or not, she does. Okay, there's certain people that come on these shows where it's like you take notice to them, and she's one of them. JT, you're gonna have to stop doing that. And this is what I'm talking about. She's gonna have to stop taking stuff personal. When you are hosting something or interviewing somebody, when they are in the midst of either telling a story or getting mad, they're not mad at you. They're mad at the situation. Like, for example, I'm gonna give an example. Y'all remember when I asked Kay Reekin about Mariah Lynn, if she started cussing, I know she wasn't talking to me. She was talking about Mariah Lynn because she was mad. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take offense to how they're reacting in that moment, because one, it's a high pressure environment, and two, they're not talking to you. They're talking about the situation. Because when JT asked her about why Akasha said that in the confessionals, because Akasha was basically saying like she was kind of playing puppet master because she saw that she knew that Joyce and Jalami were hanging out, and that she kind of warned her, hey, don't hang out with her, whatever. She gonna switch up on you, bop. And apparently Jalami allegedly told her some of her business. So she made Jalami and Joyce get into it and fight, right? So when Akasha was explaining herself, JT was just like, okay, girl, calm down. Like, she not talking to you. She talking about the situation. So it's like, you can't take that personal. That's the one thing I didn't like with JT hosting. You could tell, like, she thinks some of the energy is directed towards her, and she needs to get out of that headspace if she wants to continue doing stuff like this. I will say, though, Akasha needs to watch Jalami. It's been too many instances, because I'll be watching some of the girls and stuff, like, with their socials and some of the lives and after shows they be doing, like, something about her, to me, like, Akasha needs to watch out for, and I do think she did talk crap behind Akasha back, because it's been too many people that kind of have said it, and I feel like all of it just can't be untrue. I feel like there's a small part of the truth. Like, do I think she was just dogging the hell out of Akasha to probably Joyce? No, but I do think she probably slipped up and accidentally told some of her tea. And I do feel like Akasha needs to be careful with her and telling her business. Something about that just ain't right. And not even, also too, like, the whole point of them linking, Joyce and Jalami linking after the show, is a little weird to me after y'all fought and did all that. Like, that's the part that makes me side-eye her. So I just feel like Akasha needs to kind of watch out for her. That's how I feel about their friendship. Y'all, so then after they do all the talking or whatever, they literally had a 5. This is what I mean, unnecessary conversation. They had Akasha explaining her friendship with Jelani and them to explain each other friendship and how bad of a person Joyce is for about 5-10 minutes. We did not need to see all that. No shade. I'm sorry. We know how it go. We know the story at this point. We done seen all the episodes of it, right? So I really feel like that could have been left out. Then they bring out Joyce. Let me tell you something. That Jelani, no wonder you call yourself a bunny, bitch. She hopped over so quick. I thought that bitch was playing football. She said she jumped the security guard and everything. The security guard, you could tell he worked up so much sweat, bitch. I'm talking about the one with the dreads. He worked up a nasty sweat the way he had to kind of juke over and get her. He was this close from missing Jelani getting Joyce. Okay? Jelani was like so close to getting her. I'm telling you. It was funny. It was funny as hell. So she walks out. Joyce dress, I'm not a fan of. It looks a mess. I'm sorry. It's giving prom for them schools that's got them badass kids. Y'all ever seen them high school, them badass kids? You know what I'm saying? Them charter schools that they be sending the badass kids to, they send them all in one school. It looked like she going to one of their proms. I don't like the dress. I don't think it did her no favors. It aged the hell out of Joyce. Joyce is too young to look that old. No shade. I wasn't a fan. Never been a fan of that dress. Sorry. The boob, when she did that was cute. But besides that, nah, I'm not a fan of the dress. It's in that. It's in that. So they end up bringing Akasha. They end up bringing Joyce and then Michaela on the stage. By the way, Michaela, did you like take scissor or something before you got on the stage? Because she was slurring over her words. She's like, we got no issue with anybody, but like these people like my belly. You feel me? So it's like it's this is that. I want that, and I'm like. I remember her talking that slow. I remember her talking like, yo, like, what's up? Like, it was like real fast. So to hear her talk that slur, like in that slow tone, it threw me off like so much. Okay. And this wasn't the time to be slowing your words. So Joy starts exposing Jelani's talking about, Jelani was talking about Akasha and her back and all that. Once again, I feel like it's a little bit of truth in it, but I don't think it's as exaggerated as Joyce is trying to make it seem. Like Joyce is trying to make Akasha and Jelani turn against each other so that way she could try to befriend one of them and have another person on her side. I see exactly what she's doing. She's very slick. She's very smart, but I don't think it was to that extent. I don't think she was dogging Akasha out, but I do feel like she accidentally told Akasha business just a little bit. Okay, so Akasha is like she's not believing it. Jelani's just like, man, Joyce, you a liar. Give me my phone. Give me my phone. I was kind of irritated that the producers didn't give each of them their phones because I wanted to see who was calling who. Because whoever was calling who multiple times, that to me is the person that's a liar and a little bit of a capper. Because why are you calling your op so much? For what? Which I gotta really talk about. So Joyce is just like, you not coming in season 2, Bab. You think you finna bunny hop this season 2? Beefing with me, batch. You not beefing with me, batch. You know how Joyce talks. She like, you not beefing with me. You not gonna do that with me hopping in season 2, Babs. You not doing it. So Jelani is just like, man, if you don't think I'm finna bunny hop in season 2, you crazy. First of all, there's only a few girls that should return for season 2. Jelani should be one of them. Okay, she has personality besides, all the fighting and all that. She has personality. It should be Jelani, Akasha, JB's, YG, Ari. I'm not even a big fan of her, but I feel like she should return because she gets the girls mad. Bria, Kenzie. That's 7. That's all I could think of. Everybody else don't need to return. Simple as that. Okay, that's how I feel about the returning for season 2. They were going back and forth for a long period of time. At one point, Akasha starts going back and forth with Joyce because she like, fight me, Joyce, fight me, Joyce. Joyce would not fight her at all. That's what was pissing me off because she prolonged that whole scene because she would not get it over with. And she let Michaela get into it with Jelani. They end up getting into it. To me, Jelani took that W. She took that W. I'm telling y'all something. That then Makayla took some scissor before she came up in there because the girl was out of it. Okay, like she wasn't regular Makayla. Like no, that was Makakai. That was not Makayla. That Makakai. That's her twin or something like that. Because she just seemed like she was in another world on that stage. I'm like, I wanted somebody to go like in front of her face to kind of like wake her up out of a dream or something. Because it was confusing to me. Child, at one point, Makayla talking about like I don't got she's like I don't have no beef with that. I don't have no beef with that. I got no beef with that. Slur her words. Finally, they convince Joyce to kind of get off stage. She starts doing her prancing walk in her prom dress. She walking around. They finally take her backstage. Then they bring out JB's. Okay, y'all know JB's is like a walking Nicki Minaj track. She's like, all rise the national slander. She does her JT's best. Okay, JT is living for it. JT loves her some JB's. Now JT also says that she feels like JB's would be a great host. I do feel like she'd be a great host, but not for this show. Like I feel like JB's could have her own show, meaning that like I'm not gonna give not STV ideas because no shade. They never show the kid love, so I'm not gonna do it. But I thought of certain like a lot of shows, ideas and stuff like that. And I remember watching her one time. I thought of something that I feel like not STV could do with her, and that would actually make sense. But I don't feel like she should be a host of that show because I feel like I wouldn't say she's bigger than this show, but I feel like she could be much better doing hosting another show versus this one. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like I feel like if she would have hosted this one, there would be one or two girl that would try her the same way they try Joyce. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll try to make it seem like, oh, she's not a good host because she defended herself. So there's that. They bring her out and stuff, and she's still arguing, going back and forth with Makayla. She starts insulting. She talk about brother man. What's up, brother man? She throwing shots at Makayla. Makayla don't really know how to say nothing back because y'all know Makayla not really good with the mouth work. She's just really a fighter, to be honest. And then we finally bring out Joyce, okay, aka Michael Myers. Hi, Michael Myers. Y'all remember South Central Baddie when that girl told Joyce? She told her, she said, "You look like Michael Myers." Hi, Michael Myers. You feel me? She come out Michael Myers down, and she finally gets into it with Akasha. It took them about 10 minutes for them to actually fight. Here's this though. Joyce won. I'll give her that, right? But I could tell that fight was edited. This is coming from a trained eye. That fight, something was off because it went from them buka baka and then to the couch. What was in between that? Some about that gave very edited. It gave Rory Ho. Y'all remember when they slid Rory, when Legacy slid Rory down like a bowling pin, and we just missed that. We didn't get to see that. It gave a little of that. So I feel like something was manipulated, something was orchestrated to where we did not get to see the full thing. That's just my opinion, but we got to give the W to Joyce. That shirt Akasha was wearing was the enemy that prospered against you, bitch. Damn. And I wouldn't even think the shirt would come over her, but it did. I was like, damn it. Even on the couch, like for y'all that don't like, y'all don't edit or like y'all may not have like an eye like I do. Look at the fight and then look at Makayla versus Jalami. See the difference in how that looked. Even when they were on the couch, it was so quick. And it's like, so you're gonna tell me that fight it lasted like 10 seconds? Like yeah, that TV is real funny, y'all. But some of y'all so young, y'all don't notice stuff like that. And it's not even going off of bias. Even if Joyce like lost, I still would have been like, it was probably edited in Akasha's favor, but I feel like it was edited in Joyce's favor. So we get to this whole situation, which is off the show. Apparently, JB's hit Joyce with a Nicki Minaj perfume bottle. Okay, it's giving your love, your loving, your love, your loving, your love, your loving. Okay, when she hit her, she spoke Thai, never broke lies, and she never spoke lies. Apparently, she hit her with a Nicki Minaj bottle. That bottle was heavy too. The one with the figure Nicki with the pink, I know that was hurting something nasty. So Joyce decided to call the cops. because she because she hit her with the bottle or whatever. But apparently JB says, one, she don't mind going to jail, and two, she says Joyce invited her over. Girl, she's saying that for legal purposes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she didn't invite you over for dinner or picnic. I will say though, Joyce is right though. There is a difference between real life and the TV stuff, and a lot of these girlies and these niggas on that TV, they be doing stuff outside of the TV stuff, and they think it's sweet. And what it is, somebody gonna get hurt, and somebody gonna end up dying. And you can't say, "Bitch, I'm winning out as TV." Bitch, you going to jail? Ain't no for life. It ain't gonna be no not as TV. Like the fuck. One thing I did notice at this reunion, JT was getting on Deja's nerves. You could tell Deja was getting a little irritated with her for a little bit. Like I don't know if she wanted JT to do more or say more, but she was getting very irritated with her in a couple of points that I noticed. Okay, I'm just saying. Like at one point, Deja was like, "Call it out," JT like, "I'm trying." Like that. That's something I did, Pete. Okay, that was pretty much it for the reunion. At the end of it, it was really Joyce kind of making fun of JB's about her parents, and you know the fact that JB, she says, doesn't love her parents, but Joyce says she loves her parents. So they was kind of going back and forth between that, and that was pretty much it. Next episode, we finally get Savannah Maria Garcia. Y'all know that's one of my favorites. And that's it. Let me know what y'all think down below about this video. What y'all thought about the second part? The first part was a lot better. I will say that. Hopefully, the last part is actually as good as that first part. Let me know what y'all think. We out, y'all.